how was the meeting?
Well, the meeting was excellent. We presented 5 principal issues of concern to us as a committee, and we'll make those available to you later. There's a press release going to be issued shortly. We brought those 5 main considerations to the Prime Minister's attention. The 4 chiefs that were in the room spoke to those 5 principal issues. And then the Prime Minister had an opportunity to engage on the issues that we raised with him. Because we've seen a game changer in front of us. I suppose in September it's exit state right for Kinder Morgan. And then there's a new owner in the picture, and that's the Government of Canada, until such time as they sell it off to the private sector. So that changes the nature of our relationship with the Government of Canada as an oversight committee. We talked about those things with the Prime Minister. But for all intents and purposes, it's for us as a committee that has this responsibility for oversight. The planning for the construction of the pipeline, and its oversight during its construction and in the post-phase of the construction. We're going to be present and have a commitment from the Prime Minister that he will continue to work with us. And so will his officials. So we're going to be around for a long time. We're going to be discharging our duties and responsibilities and reporting back to the Indigenous community about the work we're doing in oversight.
And in terms of the people sitting around the table, what were the range of, concerns or for support for the project? How did it vary among the participants that were in the meeting?
What folks need to understand about our committee, there are people on the committee that come from communities that don't want to see the pipeline constructed. Also, there are other people on the committee who want to see the pipeline constructed. But where we were able to find common ground, even with the communities opposed to it, is to discharge our responsibility as First Nations people, where our traditional territories are concerned. Fish-bearing streams, heritage sites, sacred sites, all of these things need to be afforded protection. So what brought us together, whether opposed to the pipeline or for it, was our responsibility for our traditional territories to discharge our responsibilities on behalf of our respective communities. But also to do it inside the fence, not standing outside the fence, and wondering, are the regulators doing our They work with us to protect our values and interests in the land and in the waters as this project moves forward.
Can you tell me what the 5 areas of concern?
That's the subject of a press release that you'll get momentarily from Walter here.
Okay.
What do you say about these protesters that were outside?
Oh, we're fine with that. It's a country in which people are free to express their opinions. I was okay with them being present out there. They've taken a certain stance. They have a particular view about the pipeline. That's fine with us. They came onto this reserve and given an opportunity to express their dissatisfaction, and that's fine with us. But also, keep in mind that there are a lot of First Nations. So the total of 43. When you combine their populations along the pipeline route, amount to thousands upon thousands of people that want to see this project carried forward. And yes, it's being done in a climate where there's discord, people with differences about whether or not this pipe should be constructed. But what we know now is that it will be constructed, and will be very closely involved as it's being constructed over the next couple of years.
What do you say to them about their concerns, though? To all the protesters, to your own family there.
I haven't had a chance to.
No, but what would you say to them?
Well, I think that some of them are irrevocably opposed to it, and so I hear that and I understand it. Others are looking for more information and may change their outlook on whether or not the pipeline should be constructed. I'm interested in talking to people with those respective views. I'm not reluctant to do that at all.
Just maybe one other question. I know your head's been on the Trans Mountain project this morning, but maybe the announcement about the missing and murdered women's inquiry. Did you hear that they're going to give a 6-month extension? And I'm wondering what you think of that.
Well, I'm happy to hear that. That commission of inquiry had its ups and downs. Some people wanted to stop the inquiry and start all over again. Many of you may know that one of my sisters was a victim of Robert Willie Picton. I was a staunch advocate for the first inquiry conducted by the province of British Columbia. It fell under controversy, but I urged people to stay with it. It didn't change where this federal inquiry is concerned. There's a lot of controversy around it, but through it all, thick and thin, I said, move forward, get this inquiry underway, let's see the first of your reports, we'll review them, and continue on with the inquiry. I also support the inquiry's call for additional funding and some additional time so they can complete this important work about the disappearances and deaths of Indigenous women coast to coast to coast.
Did you participate in it? Did you testify then?
No, not yet, but I've been one of the staunchest advocates that there should be a national inquiry against some pretty fierce odds against it taking place in the first instance. But you know what? We met with the Prime Minister today that said if he were elected there would be an inquiry. Was I grateful for that? Damn right. No apologies for that. We had a Prime Minister before him that said definitely no, it's a waste of money. Well, this young Prime Minister said there will be an inquiry, and he made sure of that. So I'm eternally grateful.
Means a lot to you.
Yeah, it means a lot. Yeah.
Sir, you've been asked repeatedly about your position on anti-salmon spawning nets that Kinder Morgan had placed in creeks. We understand that you have made no comment. Is that the case?
No. That's been a subject of discussion around our table as a committee. And we're dealing with the National Energy Board about that. And I encourage people, and thank you for asking me, because I encourage people like you to actually check with me and not formulate opinions.
Well, I'm checking,
and
but
make,
I've heard it from
and
good
make
sources.
judgments about these things. And then imply or suggest that I don't care one way or the other. If that were the case, I wouldn't have been one of the prime advocates and movers for the formation of this committee. Mm-hmm. The environment, I'm as concerned as anyone else is in this province. No one's got the moral high ground on this, a moral high ground higher than the one I'm on. So thank you for that question.
I missed off the top. I don't want to waste your time, but thank you so much.